Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a quick video to let you know that the Masters of the Universe figure coming on Mattel Creations this month is going to be Masterverse Snout Spout. And I probably missed something. I thought it was just going to be the Origins figures that were going to be Mattel Creations exclusives and not just random Masterverse figures. So the pre-order goes up on Tuesday, March 12th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And so on the East Coast, that's going to be 12 noon. And if you're in between, you can kind of figure that out. It's got $2 signs, so I'm assuming that means it's a deluxe figure. I definitely recommend putting some kind of alert on your calendar or setting your alarm or something to make sure that you get in there whenever this goes live and get your order in that first hour. For those who don't know, Snout Spout is one of those characters who goes all the way back to the vintage 1980s Masters of the Universe line.
From the Masters of the Universe, Snout Spout, his knockout nose knocks evil out.
It's Hordak!
Figures sold separately. Snout Spout, heroic hose nose.
And so yes, he is a firefighter with a cyborg elephant face who can put out fires with his nose. And some people pick on this figure thinking he looks funny, but this dude can put out fires with his nose. Can you put out fires with your nose? And so he did have a mini comic focusing on him called Eye of the Storm, which came with the figure. And he did appear in the Star Comics / Marvel Comics Masters of the Universe issue 4. And this was an anniversary month, so they had all these different Marvel characters on the cover in a frame, which is like the only time you'll see Wolverine on a Masters of the Universe cover. And Hordak was on the cover even though he doesn't appear inside. The story inside introduces both Snout Spout and Rio Blast and has them as partners who fight the Snake Men, who are also introduced in this issue. Snout Spout appeared in the She-Ra cartoon, and sometimes he was called Snout Spout, other times he was called Hose Nose. He had some minor appearances, but probably one of his most memorable appearances is in the He-Man She-Ra Christmas special. He gets to put the star on the tree with his trunk. And he does make brief appearances in Masters of the Universe Revolution, which came out in January on Netflix. And he did have a figure that came out in recent years in the Origins line, and that actually tried to replicate his water shooting abilities from the original figure. But they won't be messing with that for the Masterverse figure. This is a 7-inch adult collectible figure, so no water shooting here. But it is interesting to see a figure that's this prominent go up on Mattel Creations, and we'll see how fast it sells out. Unlike the Origins figures, there are several Masterverse figures that have come out that have been deluxe figures on Mattel Creations, and they're still available to buy, but these are more expensive deluxe figures, and these are all niche characters and nowhere near as in demand as someone like Snout Spout would be. So I wouldn't take any chances. The Origin figures have been selling out in a little over an hour, and so I would definitely get in on that first hour when it goes live. Speaking of sold out, I did get Rock-On yesterday. He was the figure from last month, and he shipped almost immediately after they sold out, and that means that they had him in a warehouse and were ready to ship them, and so they have limited quantities when they put these things up, and that's why they sell out so fast. So I'm seeing reports that people, when they got him, they broke his leg trying to bend his knee. The joints on mine were super tight. Anytime you get a modern collectible figure, it's very possible it may have fused joints. And so you want to gently test every single joint on that figure when you get it. If it gives you resistance, take a hairdryer to it and heat up that joint. It may take like 20 seconds. That's usually what I run it, but it just depends on the heat of the hairdryer. But once you heat it up, then gently try to bend that joint. Once you bend it one time, you're good. If it still won't bend, you need to do it again, apply some more heat. This works in 95% of figures that I've gotten, and it's important to do because even if you don't plan to use those joints when you're posing them, if it falls and it has a fused joint, that means it's more likely to break. So Rock-On sold out in an hour and 20 minutes, and like I said, who knows what's going to happen with Snout Spout. I hope everyone who wants him can get him. He looks like a cool figure. I'm more of an Origins than a Masterverse collector, but get in there on March 12th at 9 a.m. Pacific time and get your order in if you want him. All right, guys, like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, good journey.